Welcome to another podcast of the current situation at Manchester United. As you guys know by now, that Manchester United, under the leadership and management of Eric Ten Hag, is looking to clean house. If you hear any outside noise here, that's coming from outside. They're trying to fix a roof, I guess, looking towards the summer because after the winter and given the snow beating down the roof and thing, they want to change house, literally in this case, the roof. So yeah, it's gonna be making a few noise. If you hear it, don't worry yourself, just keep listening and be entertained. But Manchester United, in the latest Manchester United news, um, first for a start, I would like to congratulate David De Gea and Cristiano Ronaldo for racking up the accolades after a disastrous, deplorable season. Because even in the worst of things, there's a few positives to take out of it, and that is due to the brilliance and the goal scoring prowess of Cristiano Ronaldo. Um, yeah, but it said here that a former goalkeeper by the name of, it's a former women's goalkeeper. That's interesting. What's her name? Siban Chamberlain has heaped praise after he's won Manchester United's Player of the Year award. Now, David De Gea has come a long way since his start at Manchester United back in 2011. Back in his first season, in his debut season, persons were saying, okay, who is this skinny youth from Spain? He's not going to cut the cake in England. We conceded certain goals that a goalkeeper would have saved, and that was due to David De Gea's, you could say lack of experience, because he wasn't the best saver of the ball. In the Community Shield, Dzeko caught David De Gea off his line and took a long range shot and scored. David De Gea got 6-0 under his skin at Old Trafford in, I think it was October of 2011 when we played against Man City at home. Yeah, talk about a destruction. And ever since his second season, even more so, after the retirement of Sir Alex Ferguson, David De Gea has blossomed into a more mature goalkeeper. He has matured in terms of his saves. Like David De Gea in 2014-2015, leading up until 2018, was just stellar. Like, he was arguably the best goalkeeper on the planet. Real Madrid was knocking on the door of Manchester United saying, yo, I know that your side is crap, but I want this goalkeeper right here so to make your side more crap. I'm taking this youth and he's going to be a part of my Galacticos. Well, Perez was basically saying that. Like, he's going to be a part of my Galacticos project. And because of the lingering, man, this noise is annoying me. Because of the lingering of Manchester United, because of the delay or the stall of the transfer of David De Gea, by a miracle, as they say, was saved to stay at Manchester United, and he didn't transition to go to Spain for Real Madrid because of tax, paperwork or whatever they call it, something like that. So he stayed, and when he stayed, it's not like, no, don't get it twisted. Van Gaal in his second season was basically saying that I think David had a few poor games, not to get this lengthy, but he was basically saying that he's going to start Romero because David here, his head was getting gassed up because Real Madrid was jacking him that much. So because the transfer was on his head, I was about to say Lingard, Louis Van Gaal put David on the bench, but it wasn't an indefinite change. It wasn't like an eternal change. But ever since then, the point is that ever since 2018, David has been spectacular. And after that spectacular hat-trick by Cristiano Ronaldo in the first game of the World Cup, David De Gea, at least until 2021, was not the same again. David De Gea was not the same again after Cristiano Ronaldo scored a hat-trick against him against Spain when he was playing for Spain in the first group match in the World Cup of 2018. But this season, David De Gea has took it upon himself to be the main man in terms of the defense. Screw the back four. David De Gea was the main man behind the back four. He was the main shadower of the back four. It wasn't about the defense. My man made over 120 saves for Manchester United. Ederson and what's his name again, man? Alisson It's funny how their name sounds similar and they're Brazilian. They made the same amount of saves. And David De Gea made over 200, not over 200, 120 saves. So that shows you the reliance of Manchester United's defense and the brilliance of David De Gea between the sticks. Again, if it wasn't, if it, because, Dean Koons, I call him Dean Koons, but it's actually Dean Henderson. Dean Henderson was basically saying, I want to get games. I want to start. I'm authoritative. I am very combative. I want to be the next great goalkeeper for England. Yes, you're making all this noise, but you don't have the experience that David De Gea has. David De Gea doesn't have to beat his chest like a greyback ape to show his dominance between the sticks. David De Gea is more suave than that, you could say. So he doesn't need to be beating his chest like he's in the Serengeti looking for meat. He doesn't need to be doing that. David De Gea has shown that he still has it. He's still, dare I say it, world class. He's still world class. No, is he world class? World class prior to 2000, prior to his game against Cristiano Ronaldo's Portugal in the World Cup? Maybe not. That's up for debate. But till now, after this season, David De Gea has shown that he still has it. He still has it. And yeah, man, without getting lengthy, I appreciate what David has done this season. He's he's leaked a good amount, a few, not a good amount, but a few questionable goals. But that the questionable goals don't overshadow his brilliant performance after last season, man. Not and giving our poor defense. Yeah, so David De Gea, it's good that David De Gea not only stayed with Manchester United, but he's back on top of his form. Another thing, Cristiano Ronaldo has won the Sir Matt Busby Player of the Year, and he's also won the goal of the season, at least for Manchester United. Yeah, that was a good goal against Tottenham. It was a good goal against Tottenham at Old Trafford, because Ronaldo scored 2 brilliant goals. One away from home, which was from a Bruno Fernandes pass away from home. And then at Old Trafford, the first goal to draw first blood in the favor of Manchester United was a long-range goal from CR7. And he showed that he still got it, although he's not the same player of old, although because he's getting old. But it just shows, and screw Manchester United right now, even for his international side, Cristiano Ronaldo is still delivering. He's still delivering the goodies. He's just delivered. Again, dude, this dude is almost 38. 38, and he's competing. He's showing that he still has a competitive spirit in his belly. There are players that need a competitive spirit in their belly. They're not showing that. They're not showing, and I know that Cristiano Ronaldo is built differently, but at the same time, I guess that's going to rub off on some players. But see, the thing is that persons want to emulate the skills of a young Cristiano Ronaldo, but they don't want to emulate the enthusiasm, the work rate of Cristiano Ronaldo when he was working hard. I mean, Rashford, when he was coming up, he was showing the work rate he was doing in the gym, trying to sprint on the stairmaster. But bro, man, you haven't shown much improvement, really. And under the leadership of everything, I'm pretty sure Marcus Rashford at least can actually start to improve on his form, because we know that he's a Manchester United lad, but if things don't improve for Rashford next season, bro, we have to let him go. We have to cut all ties with this youth. He's been he's done decent at Manchester United. He should have done more, but it is satisfactory work. If I was supposed to give him a comment on his grade report card, I would say it's satisfactory work. I'm content with his work, but he can do more. He can exert himself and do more, but that's due to his motivation, though, because my man is getting mixed up with his priorities. So that's it with David De Gea. The next piece of news we have here, 9 minutes. This is going to be quite. I want to be finished under 30 minutes, so anticipate that. Manchester United believe Frenkie De Jong breakthrough is close as Barca is given food for thought. Now, of course, most of you guys should know by now that Frenkie De Jong has been flirted with Manchester United for a while, trying to make a reunion with Frenkie De Jong and everything out, because everything out, as you guys would know, used to manage Frenkie De Jong. And Frenkie De Jong, ever since 2019, has been a good midfielder. That's why he was signed to Barcelona in 2019. And Eric Ten Hag is trying to bring one of his prodigal sons, not home, because Eric Ten Hag is not from Manchester United, and neither is Frenkie De Jong. But the father/son relationship that they both had at Ajax, he's trying to reunite that at Manchester United. He's trying to bring him into the project. He's trying to, bring him to Manchester United to be one of the main men in the midfield. Again, seeing that Paul Pogba is leaving, seeing that Jesse Lingard is leaving, seeing that Matic is leaving, seeing that Mata is leaving, our midfield is slim. Our midfield is as slant as this index finger right here. So we need to thicken our midfield with quality midfielders. Paul Pogba cannot be replaced by one midfielder. He cannot be replaced by one midfielder. I've said it before. Oh, and what is Danny Van de Beek is coming back, so I have to calm down a bit. He's coming back. He's coming back from loan. He was on a sinking ship with Everton, and he's coming to renew. He's coming back to the reunion with Manchester United under Derek Ten Hag. So he's not going to be so. But still, we need quality midfielders. We need at least 3 quality midfielders, including Frenkie De Jong, to replace Paul Pogba. Paul Pogba is a 1 in a million. No much. It's not much midfielders today come close to Paul Pogba when it comes down to talent and what he can do in midfield. Paul Pogba is a complete midfielder. Isn't me? When he's motivated, you see the real Paul Pogba. But staying with Frenkie De Jong, because I'll be over the place in a few bit. It says here that Manchester United are growing increasingly confident of completing a signed deal with Barcelona midfielder Frenkie De Jong this summer, according to this reports in Spain. So the transfer market starts in 4 days' time on the 10th of this month. Isn't me? Yeah, bro. We need midfielders, man. We cannot stay with Matic is leaving. We cannot be staying with McTominay. We cannot be staying with Fred. Well, with that being said, Fred has been good. He's shown his class under not Eric Ten Hag, but under Ralph Ragnick. But we need to be seeing more of this youth. We need to be seeing more of this youth. I'm not bought on the thought of Andres Pereira starting in the midfield. He's a huge hit and miss. His mentality has been called into question. His talent has been called into question. So yeah, bro, the midfield has to be thickened. You have to add, it's just like you're making soup. You have to add some cream to it, or some milk to it, or some pumpkin to add thickness to it. Our midfield needs thickness. Quality, thickened, quality midfielders. We need quality midfielders. And everything with Frenkie De Jong, him getting Frenkie De Jong is a start. Not the finalized midfield signing that we need. We need more midfielders this summer. Man, I'm quite jumpy today. Next on the news, I want to finish this under, as I said, 30 minutes. Everything Hugs. Okay. So Everything Hug is looking to come back with his prodigal sons here at Ajax, and I just mentioned one, Frenkie De Jong, and the second one is De Ligt from Juventus. Now, I haven't seen much of this young youth. He was voted as the Golden Boy or Golden Ball winner in 2018. This young center defender, person have called him the Dutch Harry Maguire because of his stature, you could say, and he's not a fast defender, and he's kind of made mistakes. But you have to understand the longevity of a defender, and I've not played defender, but you have to understand that there are a lot of defenders that have a long longevity when it comes down to their prime. So even in this young stage of his, where he hasn't blossomed fully as yet, he still has time to adapt. He still has time to learn his game. He still has time to learn his craft as a center defender. And bringing this dude at Manchester United, I'll say this. If we're going to bring De Ligt to to Manchester United, one or two defenders has to be sold. We cannot be this club cannot be a club that is just clouded with centre backs. We cannot be doing that. This is not a defensive club. This is not under Mourinho or Lamp Van Gaal. We need centre backs, but quality centre backs. It's not about the quantity of the centre backs, but the quality. And that goes back to a former news that I mentioned a few days ago. That Manchester United is looking to sell Eric Bailly and Twan CB as well. Yeah, Twan CB has to go to our club permanently. Eric Bailly is made out of glass, but I'm thinking of just giving a pass for at least this season. But I think there's more in the gas tank for Eric Bailly, because we need that aggressive animal. We need a Rudiger type, a Sergio Ramos type in our defense. Rafael Varane is not aggressive. Victor Lindelof is not aggressive. Harry Maguire is unnecessarily aggressive in certain occasions, so he doesn't know when to be aggressive when needs be, and he's not really an aggressive defender. So we need that powerhouse of a defender in our defense. And I'm not saying that Delight is one of those, because I don't think he's aggressive. He's more of a reader when it comes down to defending, like a jockey or something like that. But we need to keep the services of Eric Bailly, in my opinion. Leave your comments down below on what you guys have to say. I think we need to keep Eric Bailly, bro. But when you going back to Delight, I don't know, bro. I really don't know if this is a good signing. I know he's bringing back the old band from his last tenure at Ajax, but you have to come out of the mentality of sentiments. You have to come out of sentiments and think about. You have to be rational and say, is this brethren capable? Is this brethren reliable as relates to the competitive nature of the Premier League? Can this guy adapt? Because if you're going to sign Delight, especially for a hefty price, you cannot be benching this youth now. You can't be benching this youth. Manchester United has already spent 80 mil on a player, they call him a defender from England that used to play for Leicester City, but he's not much of a defender really, if you see how he plays. So, and people say this guy is like the second kid to Harry Maguire, like he's just a Dutch version of Harry Maguire. I don't know, bro. I don't know. This bridging is used to Serie A football and Ajax football, but Ajax football and that league, I should say, is not the Premier League. The Premier League is very aggressive and competitive. Isn't it? So I'm 50-50. Leave your comments down below on Delight. I want to know what you guys think. If you want Delight to come to Manchester United, you think he's gonna prove me wrong and others wrong that don't want. I mean, the dude is just 22. Just 22. Is me still in his diapers when it comes on to defending. He hasn't learned his real craft as yet. But I'm saying, you think him being at Manchester United, those capabilities are going to come on the surface? We'll see. The next piece of news we have here, Manchester United expressed interest in signing 25-year-old La Liga. Okay, basically they want to sign Ousmane Dembele. Now the thing about Ousmane Dembele, I just mentioned Eric Bailly. If there is one similarities between Eric Bailly and Ousmane Dembele is as you guys can guess it. This is a get me question. But they're very injury prone. They have an injury prone prowess. But with that being said, that doesn't take away their talent as a player. They are very good. Eric Bailly is a good defender when he is fit. I mean, he has too much sauce in his gravy, but he's still a good defender. When it comes on to Ousmane Dembele is still talented. And I've said this before. Ousmane Dembele in 2017 was rivaled with his counterpart, countryman Kylian Mbappe. Persons were seeing these two Frenchmen to be the leading men, not only for France, but for world football. And that relates to their hefty transfer in 2017, when Dembele left Dortmund to go to greener pastures in Spain and even more so at the Camp Nou of Barcelona. On Mbappe's end, Mbappe, he was trying to keep it localism. He didn't want to leave out of the country of France, so he was taking a chance to take it to PSG. Initially it was a loan, it was a hefty loan, but after that hefty loan, he was signed permanently with a hefty transfer. That was in 2018. So what you guys may ask, okay, bro, what's the point? Get to the point. I'm getting to the point, right? What I'm saying is that Dembele is on the same wavelength as Mbappe. Period. I would even say he's more talented than Mbappe, Ousmane Dembele. I would even say that. Mbappe, his pace personified. He can dribble, he can score, but Dembele can use both feet. He can cross, he can shoot, he can very much dribble. He's very good in tight spaces. I think he's a confidence player. He tends to wane. His confidence tends to wane at times, and I'm pretty sure that's going to be worked on. But him coming to Manchester United, seeing that we're very slim on the right wing, I would go with this signing, bro. I would go with this signing. I know he's injury prone. I know that he's 2 inch shy by being in the patient's room or being in sick bay, but this brethren is still good when he's fit. What other right winger in world football can Manchester United get that is available? Dembele wants more wages, but that port is like saying, no, bro, you're too injury prone for that. I ain't gonna give no more wages for that. So he's probably looking to get a move to Manchester United. Is he the right suitable replacement for Greenwood, given Greenwood's accusation? Greenwood is not in jail. It's just that he's been acquitted. Not acquitted, but he's been excused from Manchester United, suspended. So Dembele, given that he's very direct with the ball, going to opponents, I would say this would be a good signing. Dembele. Leave your comments down below. So a signing, we need a striker. Although there's no linkage to that as yet. But yes, so far we have Frenkie De Jong being heavily linked, Delight, and this youth named Dembele. The last piece of thing I want to talk about before I end this video podcast. Someone I got into this. It wasn't much of a debate really, but this person was basically justifying Bruno Fernandes' poor form for Manchester United by saying, well, no disrespect, G, but if Cristiano Ronaldo didn't sign for Manchester United, Bruno Fernandes would have been a bit a different beast. You could have seen that he scored a hat-trick in his first game, and that would have set the precedence for him getting a lot of goals the last season in being contention with the Golden Boot, even as an attacking midfielder. But because this old youth from Portugal, Bruno Fernandes is also Portugal, but seeing that this old youth that used to play for Juventus comes to Manchester United, he has stifled the goal scoring prowess of Bruno Fernandes. So I believe that if Cristiano Ronaldo wasn't at Manchester United, Bruno Fernandes would have played well. And I basically said, are you implying that the reason why Bruno Fernandes has had a poor season is because of the sign of Cristiano? And he's like, yeah. He said, because if Cristiano Ronaldo wasn't here, then Bruno Fernandes would be firing. I'll say this. I don't care if it is Van Basten in his prime coming to Manchester. Well, not in his prime. If Van Basten was 38 years old, I don't care if it was Romario at the age of 38 years old, and he was banging goals, Romario, the Brazilian. I don't care if it is Robin van Persie at the age of 38, and he came to Manchester United to stifle a goal-scoring midfielder. Dude, either you're a good midfielder or not. A good midfielder knows how to adapt. You're not a good midfielder if you're one-dimensional, or at least you're not world-class. You're not world-class if you're one-dimensional. Which means that just because a more seasoned, veteran, ripe player that is coming to the end of his career, but he's still capable of scoring goals, coming to the side, stifle an attacking midfield that scores a lot of goals, that means that he's been poor because of that. Bro, that's a poor statement. And I respect the guy that brought this statement. Me and him, we follow each other on Twitter, so I have no beef against him. But when it comes on to this tweet, no, bro, either you're good or you're not. Either you're good or you're not. Bruno Fernandes has no reason to be that poor. And it's not that even he was that even poor. Dude was actually assisting Cristiano Ronaldo in the first weeks when Cristiano Ronaldo was at Manchester United. Look at his assist. I just mentioned it in this video. His assist to Cristiano Ronaldo away from home against Tottenham Hotspurs. Look at the assist he played. I believe it was to West Ham or in the Champions League against Young Boys. He has been assisting a few players this season decently. So don't be excusing. I'm not saying that makes you a good player or makes you have a good season. What I'm saying is that don't be saying this player, because he came into style for your brethren's goal scoring prowess, you should be doing more anyway as a midfielder. Goals don't define a player as a midfielder. That's a part of the aspect. That's a part of the pizza, but that doesn't complete the pizza. So my thing is this as I wrap up. Cristiano Ronaldo, in my opinion, has not stifled Bruno Fernandes. I know where persons are coming from when they say that, because they're saying, well, Bruno Fernandes got a hat-trick. He was playing through the middle against Leeds United, so he got a hat-trick. I've mentioned this before. Leeds United was playing with a high line naively and stupidly, and they got trashed 5-0. And Bruno Fernandes was playing like a false 9. So having the ball over the top by Pogba, because Pogba got 4 assists in that game, and about 2 or 3 of them went to Bruno Fernandes. Don't again, you're either good enough or you're not to adapt. You're good enough or you're not to adapt. Just because a man stifles one aspect of a game doesn't mean that you can't gain in other areas if you're good enough. You can blossom in a few other areas if you're good enough. Bruno Fernandes, he's a good goal scorer. I'll give him that. But as it relates to clear-cut passes, passes that will cut, slice up defenses, Bruno Fernandes in that. That's not Bruno Fernandes. That's not Bruno Fernandes. I mean, he's like 27 or 28, and he could work on that if he's a late bloomer. But again, bro, that's not Bruno Fernandes. That's not Bruno Fernandes. Oh, I thought I got a message. But yeah, as I wrap up this video, what do you think about the latest transfers linked to Manchester United? Do you want the Lit to come to Manchester United or not? If not, give a reason why. Do you want Dembele to come to Manchester United? If not, give me a reason why. Well, he's injured prone. You have to give more than that, bro, because there are a lot of injury prone players that are very good, and there are former injury prone players that are not so injury prone. Again, so you have to give me a better reason. And who else? Oh yeah, Frenkie De Jong. Is Frenkie De Jong needed? Do you see this dude mastering the midfield for Manchester United in the upcoming season or upcoming seasons under Eric Ten Hag? Comments below. Leave your comments below, and I'll show it to you guys in the next video podcast. Oh, another thing. I want to know if you think that Cristiano Ronaldo has stifled the midfielding prowess or goal scoring prowess of Bruno Fernandes. Do you think he's the reason why Bruno Fernandes had a poor season? Leave your comments down below, and I'll show it to you guys in the next video podcast. I'm out. Dosage.